I'm joined with Shanna Garneau, a REMAX Real Estate broker, and she is in to talk about home inspections and how critical it is to do so before you either buy or sell your home. And welcome again, back again, Shanna.
Good morning.
First of all, why is it so important to get your home inspected?
Oh, it's so important. I mean, there's so many little details that especially homeowners that have been there for a very long time don't notice. Even if you're buying with a real estate broker, we're not home inspectors. So we do check the general condition of the house, but it's really important to go like in depth and really go in the attic and check the roof and stuff like that.
How do you find a good inspector?
Your real estate broker can actually refer you to a good real estate broker, home inspector. I mean, we've worked with plenty. We kind of know the ins and outs and who is more thorough than others. So you can. Do you
suggest that someone gets their home inspected prior to purchasing and also selling, one or the other, or both?
I would suggest both. It's not that trendy to get your home inspected before selling, but it's something that I wish was a little bit more popular because it kind of relieves the sellers a little bit. It's a bit more stress, a little bit less stressful for the sellers because you kind of know of what's going on. Also, it can help you adjust the price as well, So if you already get your home inspected, you know what needs to be fixed or what doesn't need to be fixed, and you can really price it accordingly.
What kind of home inspector should you be looking for if when you're going to hire one, like a structural engineer, someone who specializes in real estate, residential homes?
Absolutely. You definitely want somebody also that's familiar with the area, because in different areas we have different issues. So somebody that's familiar with the town that you're buying in and whatnot.
What if there's a conflict between the inspector of a buyer and inspector of a seller?
That can be a little bit tricky. So it's kind of like a case-by-case situation. Obviously, you have to use your judgment. Whoever is a bit more thorough, if somebody caught something that the other ones didn't, but sometimes it can also complement each other.
And what do the inspectors actually do? Are they just looking for the major things like the foundations, the roofs, the windows, things like that,
They're
the flooring?
What looking for everything. The only thing that the inspector does not inspect is things that are not attached to the house, like the pool or the shed. Those things are not included in the house inspection.
How much can people expect to pay for a home inspection?
Condos can go around $300, but for a home, detached home, you're looking about $500 to maybe $700.
And you were saying you don't know just a few minutes ago, you don't know the exact number of people who get their homes inspected prior to purchasing, but do you think it's more and more? Do you think that trend is actually increasing?
It's definitely, I would say, a higher percentage of people do get their house inspected. Legally, as a real estate broker, we do have to advise our clients to do so. I highly recommend a house inspector, especially for first-time buyers or young couples or whatnot. So it's definitely major thing to be
What
done.
happens if you go in and you have your home inspected, they go ahead, you make the purchase, but then there was something they missed out that is of significance, and it's, do you go back to the original seller and try to go after them? Do you go after the home inspector? What happens in a case like that?
It's also is case by case, but another good reason to have a home inspection is because you have it documented as well. So if you do find an issue, you go back to your report. If it wasn't noticed, then you can go back to the inspector, but at least you have everything documented.
And you were saying that condos should also be inspected, so not just single-family detached homes. So
everything,
really?
Yeah, even a new construction should be inspected as well. I mean, we saw pictures of a window seal being too close to the sink. That's not something that was added on in the future. I mean, that's construction issues. So even a new construction home should have a home inspection.
And how long does an inspection normally take?
I would say a good one for like a detached home, I'd say about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Thanks very much.
Thorough.
Thanks very much, Shanna. Always a pleasure to see you.
The real estate segment is brought to you by REMAX Platine brokers Shanna Garneau and Nicholas Marcoux at your service.